Maybe it's because I'm in Florida right now and not in 5-degree Chicago. Maybe it's because my in-laws both passed away recently, or because my father is dying, or because the pianist in one of my favorite bands died and my accountant. Whatever the reason, I've been spending a lot of time reflecting lately. Life is short, and as the years in the rearview mirror start to outnumber those ahead, you begin to ask yourself, where do I want to live for the rest of my life? That's exactly what this video is about, helping you think through the key considerations as you weigh the choice between moving somewhere new or staying exactly where you are. Some states might look like the perfect retirement destination at first glance, but there's often more beneath the surface. And as they say, the grass isn't always greener. So let's examine this decision from 5 angles: quality of life, finances, healthcare, family, and social connections. In each section, I'm going to share key considerations and the questions you should ask before making a move. Welcome to the Retirement Guide channel. I'm Daryl Rosen. My retirement planning firm, Securement Wealth, helps people all over the country plan for and hopefully enjoy retirement. If you have a comment on this topic or any other, I'd love to hear it. You know where to put them. For most people, conversations about where to live in retirement often start with quality of life. So let's begin there. This is where the dream of retirement takes shape, how you envision spending your time and enjoying your days. But the reality is often more complex. This is also where the reflections mentioned at the start of this video come into focus for me. This morning, I rode my rented bike 16 miles in the rain, which was pretty heavy at some points. Didn't bother me at all because my quality of life revolves around being able to ride my bicycle. I was just riding along and singing in the rain, as they say. Wang Chung, if you must know. And at the top of my lungs, likely scaring the bejesus out of the morning walkers. Here's the thing. Some people want nightlife, some want museums, some want pickleball until they break their hip or another bone. I want to ride my bike while singing loudly. So what kind of lifestyle do you want? Do you crave a fast-paced city like New York or a slower, more peaceful setting like New Mexico? And what about your values? Does the place align with how you want to spend your days? My clients, John and Donna, a retired doctor and nurse, they stayed in Chicago for many reasons, but one that might be considered a bit novel. They like the changing of the seasons. They love 4 seasons, specifically when signs of spring are in the air. Another client shared an issue that's deeply important to him and his wife. When they went away, their neighbors stepped up without hesitation, keeping an eye on their house and offering peace of mind to them. At 70, they realized they didn't want to start over again after a lifetime of cross-country moves. They valued the stability of staying in a place where they felt rooted. By not uprooting their lives again, they enhanced their quality of life and strengthened the sense of belonging they've built over the years. Plus, moving is expensive, so I'd like to share a statement you might find shocking. Money matters, especially in retirement. Some states can drain your wallet faster than others, even those considered retirement friendly. So ask yourself, what will your cost of living look like? Here's the best example. Florida. I mean, I get the appeal. It's going to be 5 degrees in Chicago today, but here in Florida, where we're vacationing, 64 and rain. It's not going to help my tan, but better than looking like this just to walk the baby. Florida's tax friendly with no income tax, but high property insurance premiums driven by hurricanes that can eat into your savings. On the subject of hurricanes, I have 3 clients who moved to Florida within the last 12 months that were all affected by Helene and Milton to varying degrees. One moved out of his house so it could be repaired 3 months after he arrived. That dream destination may not be so dreamy. Similarly, states like Alaska and New York are notorious for high living expenses, making them tough on a fixed income. Chicago isn't a picnic either. And what about taxes? Are you moving to a state with low or no income tax like Delaware? Or are there hidden costs like high sales or property taxes that could offset those savings? Speaking about sales tax, let's use Tennessee as an example. Nashville is booming, Chattanooga beautiful. I used to go to Knoxville for business all the time, and I couldn't believe how many people live there. The state is literally stunning. Lots of positive attributes, but also one of the highest sales tax rates in the country. And finally, are you ready for unexpected expenses? Rising healthcare costs, home repairs, or even higher travel costs to visit family members can add up quickly. Take my neighbor, for example. He owned a home near Chicago and a condo in Florida. At first, he thought he could manage both, but as he got a little bit older, it became more challenging, both physically and financially. Ultimately, he chose to stay in Chicago, partly because he realized the cost of frequent back and forth travel would make it harder to see his grandchildren. It was a tough decision, but one that prioritized what mattered the most to him. Before we get to the next variable to consider if you're contemplating a move, quick sidebar to let you know that our flat fee proprietary Securement review can help you make good financial decisions, verify that what you're currently doing makes sense, and answer critical questions. To see if I'm the right fit for you, you can access a quick questionnaire by clicking the link in the description. Okay, commercial over. Let's talk about health, one of the most critical factors in any retirement decision. It's not just about having access to good hospitals, though that's vital. There's another aspect that's often overlooked. As you age, will you have the support system you need to help you navigate and interpret medical advice and treatment plans? Without oversharing, though my wife Jill says I do that sometimes, her mother passed away recently. She had an illness that was manageable for several years, but then it progressed rapidly and took her life. In hindsight, one thing weighs on me. We knew about her illness for years, but we didn't go with her to her doctor's appointments. She went with Jill's dad, who was also in decline with Parkinson's and passed away just 10 months before she did. They valued their autonomy, and we respected that, but in retrospect, we should have gently pushed back and got a little more involved. So yes, having access to good hospitals is essential, but so is ensuring that involving loved ones is easy and natural. Technology like Zoom can help to some extent, but it's not the same as being physically present. These are the things we don't think about until it's too late, but they can make all the difference in the world. Some states excel in healthcare access while others fall short. Since I'm in Florida right now, I hope nothing happens to me while I ride my bike in the pouring rain. While the Sunshine State excels in, well, sunshine, but not today, its hospitals are ranked among the worst in the country. Wallet Hub conducted a survey. Here's a quote from the report. Healthcare has two crucial components, cost and quality. The best healthcare in the nation isn't helpful if it bankrupts the people who try to get it. And cheap healthcare isn't worth paying for it if it provides subpar or ineffective treatment. Want better healthcare? Go north. Minnesota has the best rankings, but you're gonna need a down jacket. The most convenient care clinics and low cost. Other good states according to Wallet Hub are South Dakota, Iowa, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. I'm already cold again just thinking about those states. Next, you gotta think about climate. Warmer states like Arizona and Florida can feel like a paradise, but rising temperatures and extreme weather events like hurricanes in Florida can pose serious health risks. Lastly, I want you to consider how your environment will affect your daily habits. Will the new location encourage an active lifestyle, or will it make staying healthy a little more difficult? I have clients who moved north to Wisconsin. They love the winter and activities like snowshoeing and cross-country skiing, but a colder environment makes it difficult for a daily walk. Because arthritis has ended my 40 years of running, walking is important to me. This would be in the decision criteria for me. As with my family, as long as they're nice to me. Family dynamics often play a significant role in retirement decisions. I kind of like my 3 sons, most of them anyway. But here's a question. How close do you want to be to your loved ones? Moving away might mean less time with kids or grandkids. On the flip side, staying close to family can sometimes lead to unexpected stress if the dynamics are complicated. A client shared an interesting perspective with me. He said that he weighed moving to be closer to his adult children and grandchildren, but their last visit with the family changed their perspective. What changed? Their grandchildren changed. They got older. They became teenagers with friends and obligations and opinions on how to spend their time. My client loves his family, but realized that they have lives of their own and that moving for the reason of being closer to them was not in his best interest. Can your family visit you easily? If not, consider whether the distance will create emotional or logistical challenges. Finally, will being closer or farther add to your happiness? For some, family proximity is a source of joy, while others it's less of a priority. Let's hit one more area, and this is an important one, social connections. Each morning that I've been down here in Florida, I've gone to the same Starbucks. At the corner table, without fail, there's a group of 4 older men chatting away at 6 a.m. I can't say for sure, but hear me out on this. They may have met right here at this very Starbucks. Maybe it started with a casual hello and nod of recognition as they notice the same familiar faces every morning. Over time, these small interactions likely grew into something more, a shared table, a shared routine. For the last 4 days, they've been there without fail. But it didn't start the day I arrived. What if it's been 5 months or even 5 years? I don't know their story, but what I do know is they've likely created something special, a daily ritual that connects them. Some people are comfortable meeting people this way, some are not. What's your preference? One of the most overlooked aspects of retirement is the social network you'll have in your new location. Who will you spend time with? Are there friends or a community waiting for you? Or will you have to build connections from scratch? And are you good at that? Are you comfortable with that? My lovely wife Jill is better at being asked. A few years back in our newer townhome neighborhood, a few of the girls asked her to be in a card playing group. She accepted, and we value all the relationship with that group now so much that they were all invited to our son's wedding last summer. It was wonderful. even though it means I'll probably have to go to their kids' weddings. I'm kind of like Larry David. My favorite part of getting somewhere is leaving. So will the new place offer opportunities for you to engage socially? Some states have tight-knit communities, while others, especially with transient populations, can feel isolated. In Florida, many people are from somewhere else. Does that suit you? And finally, does the area feel welcome? States with diverse and active communities may help you feel at home faster than areas where the culture doesn't match you personally. And politics. If you lean blue, could you be okay in a red area? And vice versa. It's the elephant in the room on most interactions, if we're being honest. Retirement is one of life's biggest transitions. Where you choose to live plays a massive role in how fulfilling those years will be. Before making the move, think about your finance, healthcare, quality of life, family, and social connections. Reflect on what matters most to you and weigh the trade-offs very carefully. Life may be short, but a well-considered decision about where to spend your remaining years can make these years some of the best of your life. If you like this video, you might like this one, and thanks for watching.